Last call for Wednesday. And you know what that means. That means for everybody who is in attendance in this live chat, they have already successfully obtained what they're looking for. Possibly, I'm hoping that most of the guys have, but, let's not beat around the bush. This is the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. This is your one-stop, full information podcast hosted by, some guy. I don't know if you guys like him or not, but it's this guy. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. And, of course, like and share the videos, too. I mean, that's what really helps the channel grow. We need to grow onward and upward to 2,000. So I can start putting together Ultra Box number 2. And, we're going to cover all that. It's been a rough day, guys, actually. I'll tell you exactly what's going on here in just a second. Mr. Herd S. Eric, wherever you are, sir, I hope you are doing well and working on some logo work for money. And if you need some logo work, hit up my man, Eric. And soundtrack, of course, provided by the wonderful people over there at White Bat Audio. Please subscribe to them. Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, of course, whitebataudio.com as well. And, of course, you guys subscribing to this channel, getting us over 1,000 subscribers is the reason why we have unlocked the achievement called the Ultra Box. Now, Mel has got a package on the way for me. I'm in the final steps of getting everything kind of squared away with Google and LLC and all that stuff. So, hang tight. The box giveaway will be happening soon. ComicBarricade.com. Of course, this is how you keep your books upright. And, of course, if you want to help keep your books upright and place yourself an order tonight, use the code ULTRA, get yourself 10% off your order. They're a fantastic, fantastic thing. WantedComics.com. And if you guys don't know, Drew is like one of the best. So, Drew, if you're in the live chat tonight, man, I appreciate you. And I appreciate all the orders. And I'll be making a new one soon. And again, you guys need to click the notification bell for notifications on this channel. Because I don't really have a lot of opportunity to do set schedule. That's why I tried to get the presser to go live earlier tonight, but it didn't happen. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. But Facebook follows, Instagram follows, and Twitter follows are always appreciated. You can find a link to all of those accounts on the homepage of this YouTube channel in the bottom right corner of the logos up at the top there. You can find those links. Follow them, like them. Again, Super Chat isn't active, but if you're feeling frisky and would like to donate to our comic book journalism endeavor, you can reach it at paypal.me/Ultra Maximus, and those are always appreciated. And again, not required at all, but for those of you who have donated in the past, I really do appreciate it tremendously. Puts a smile on my face. So, the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser's Raw Report, huh? Well, first, I'm going to come say hi. What up, chat? What up, Patrick? What up, Omar? Dave Collects, good to see you. Empire Comics, Ninth Wonder. Oh, it's been a day. It has been a day. But we survive. We move on. We evolve, right? Isn't that what it takes? So, this was at approximately 5:30 p.m. on the side of the highway with my 4-year-old in the car, going to pick up my wife. And that right there is the serpentine belt on our Audi Q7 TDI that decided to eat itself. So we had to wait. Dude, it took 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours for us to get picked up, go pick up the part, go back to the house, pick up some tools, go back to the car. So yeah, it took a while, but the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser still goes on, guys. Even with all of these constraints. Look, you might think Ultra's life is all Pressman variants at half of GPA and miraculously finding graded New Mutants 87 Mark Jeweler variants, but those are parts of my life. But it is all in the balance. And again, it's not all peaches and roses, everybody, but I was able to get it done. And one of those days, Nate, that's right. But you know what? We had one of those days, and Boba's book episode 6 brings the Bane pain. And if you know what I mean by that, it means you probably already watched it. If you haven't watched this episode, well, I'm not going to spoil any scenes for you, but there is a little bit of a spoilerific thing. A major player in the Star Wars universe did show up, of course, and that show up is, of course, the one and only Cad Bane. I'm not going to describe how it all went down. All I'm going to tell you is that you need to go and watch this episode of Book of Boba Fett. Or should I say Mandalorian Season 3 prequel episode 2. So, Yeah, that's true, Nate. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. So the car accident didn't kill me, and actually also just received my first round of pain-blocking injections yesterday on my endeavor towards becoming more powerful than Zodiac. So maybe Moon Knight and I don't know, we can maybe get along. I'll be that version of Zodiac that actually gets along with Moon Knight and doesn't try to kill him. But anyway, back to Cad Bane here. Big Star Wars guy, fan favorite from a lot of people. And this did, of course, cause a frenzy on a couple of books. Some of you may have already been sitting on these. I know some of you are, so it's okay. And let's just say the incentive variants that go along with issue 2 and issue 3 are also, they're seeing a lot of love. And there, of course, is your first cover of Cad Bane right there on the issue 3A cover. So issue 2 for cameo, issue 3 for first full and first cover, I believe is the way it is broken down according to my Star Wars friends who tried to give me all the goods there. So there you have it, everybody. If you saw Book of Boba Fett and you saw Cad Bane, leave me a comment. Let me know where you think it's heading. I think I have an idea where it's heading, but we'll see. But you know what, everybody, this is the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, so let's talk about my picks of honorable mention, runner-up, and book of the week. Okay. First, we're going to open up with this one here because I dove into a lot of indie books this week trying to get off of them saying, oh, Ultra only really likes Marvel books. Now, it's true. I do read a metric ton of Marvel over top of a lot of other stories. I am pushing myself into other areas. Crossover number 11 features the appearance of a major character. I'm not going to spoil it for you, because I want you to be able to read it, but I do want you to go ahead and read this issue, and if you're reading the book, cool. If you're not, it's still something you should probably just flip through and be like, cool, they put them in there, like, just to see the character that they show up in. And that's the reason why I guess the honorable mention this week. But the book of the week runner-up, I am giving to the Nocterra number 7, 1 per store Stegman. Some stores were actually charging more than their 1 in 100 incentive for this variant cover. So I wish you all the best of luck when it comes to this. But of course, Nocterra returning after a small hiatus. They did a hiatus for that one shot for Blacktop Bill. But your book of the week, everybody. And you should have saw this one coming. I mean, the A cover was definitely the most asked for book while I was at the comic shop for an hour this morning. People coming in looking for that A cover, and the store telling them, look, it's the 88th issue of Amazing Spider-Man. It wasn't doing really well. We knew this was coming. We ordered extra for the shelves, and last 2 weeks we had people calling in and adding it to their sub, because they're probably only going to add it for this arc. We do know that Amazing Spider-Man is going to end, I think, soon. I think it's like after this story arc. But they are going to be relaunching with a new number 1, and of course, Spider-Man 900 will be coming up. Crazy to think 900 issues of this comic, but yep, 900. And the Goblin Queen, as you guys know, had her secret identity spoiled long ago. So this was no surprise, but you guys still hyped it up to high heaven and did not let it go. So that's why I got the book of the week. Let me know what you think of these choices in the comments below. Oh yeah, they're absolutely bringing back Peter. The 60th anniversary of Spider-Man will not be held with the clone. So, on the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, of course, you guys know, for those of you who do watch it, how the breakdown goes. But for those of you who've never watched the show before, basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to run through all the new releases of the week. Then we're going to talk about some news. Then we're going to talk about some of the guts inside some books. Then we'll look back at some of the heat of this week, of the books that I think are the heat of the week. And then we're going to take a look back at a final order cutoff review of the books that just finished cutoff on this past Monday. So, here we go. Cerebus in Hell number... Oh, I'm sorry, it's not even a number. It's a 2022 one-shot. And that's from your Aardvark and Vanaheim. Abstract Studios giving you, of course, the serial number 10. And this is, of course, the final issue of Terry Moore's series. And, of course, if you guys don't know, Terry Moore is a phenomenal writer. Motor Girl. Now serial. Probably have to read all 10s. We'll see. Action Lab in the Danger Zone is giving you, of course, the Zombie Tramp ongoing. This is issue 84, cover A. The cover B is the Risque, and then the cover C variant with a Risque for cover D of that one. That's going to finish it up for the Action Lab Danger Zone, but Action Lab is going to drop Hath No Fury number 4. Awesome Sauce Radio, Blind Adam. What is up, man? Good to see you in the house. Advent Comics giving us Legend and the Vanguard number 1. So it's a number 1. It looks like a superhero book. You do your thing. Southside number 2. Titan the Ultraman number 1. It's very Bart Sears looking, isn't it? Is that a Sears cover? I think it is a Sears cover, actually. War Guard number 1. Dave's Collection, good to see you, man. Goon number 14. And it is always good to see a Goon book by Eric Powell. And that's going to finish it up for the Albatross. Aftershock shattering your expectations with 2 books out this week. One of them, of course, is the Chicken Devil story. I'm gonna have to get caught up on that one because it opened up as a pretty good thriller. And then, whoa, baby, where are your pants? Dark Red, Where Roads Lead, one shot. Number 1, cover A. Dark Red, Where Roads Lead, one shot, cover B with your 10 copy incentive. And that's gonna finish it up for them. Antarctic Press is giving us Cat Shit, Volume 3, number 1. And yes, it's a name. So, don't mind me. Cookie and the Kid, Volume 2, number 4. And then Gold Digger, number 285. Jungle Comics, number 5. And that is like a total ripoff of our man, Casara. Casara, Kevin Plunder. Archie, giving us Valentine's Day Special. I'm sorry, Valentine's Day Spectacular. And then World of Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest number 12. That's going to finish it up for them. I hope my dog does not have an incident like he did on Drunken Chat, because he's sitting in my office right now. I hope it's all good. So if the screen, if I change the screen and dim the mic for a minute, don't run away. I'll be right back. Now, this is a book that you should probably have on your radar, especially for my bilingual friends or even just people who, want to learn Spanish. Well, Primos has a cover B by Diodato. And then here is your Barbary 15 copy incentive variant. And then this is your Spanish edition. Alright, up next, we've got Behemoth with 9 Stones. 9 Stones cover B for issue 6. Nobody's Child, number 5. James, there was actually a ton of sellouts this week. Lots of books selling out at places that you'd think that would have stock. Binge Book from Sit Comics is giving us Startup number 1, The Starting Point. You heard it here first. Black Box Comics dropping Shino Cage, number 6 of 6. Broadsword Comics dropping Terra Witch of the Black Rose, number 131, Cosplay. And then the 131 Deluxe Litho Edition. Keen Spot. And this is Bonnier Aromatic. Bonnier the Aromatic, I'm sorry. With a cover A, a cover B, a cover C, and a cover D. And none of those covers are barely covering anything. But the sketch variant will leave you with anything your heart desires. But look at that $9.99 cover price go. So it doubles from $4.99 to $9.99 when going from the regular cover to the sketch. Keenzer and Company is giving you the Knights of the Dinner Table, number 290. Mad Cave dropping Speed Republic, number 1, cover A. Here's your cover B. I swear it's a Mercedes 190E Evo. I don't know if the Ultra Cat's making an appearance. She's actually sitting comfortably, not annoying the crap out of me right now. And that one is Alita, named after Alita 1. Oni Press. Rick and Morty presents Heretics of Rick, number 1, with your cover A with your Dune homage. And then here is your cover B. And that's going to finish it up for the Oni. Red 5. Carriers, number 3. And it's a pigeon story. Vault. Human Remains, number 5. Cover A. And then the cover B, which obviously is telling you the human remains are what comes out after they're done digesting. Anyway, moving on from that nightmare fuel, we got Xenoscope. And Xenoscope has given us the Bell Annual 25. Now, the cover A was like a gatefold wraparound deal. Cover B by Sean Chen. Right? And then cover C by Tao, giving us a negative space vibe here that is likely to get a couple of people on board with it. And then Bell Annual 25 cover D by Josh Burns. Cover E, I believe that's by Kanan White. And cover F would have been a blank sketch edition. And you can find those at your favorite Xenoscope provider. Boom Studios dropping Basilisk number 7 cover A. Cover B. And then your 25 copy incentive was a version of the cover B. Buckhead number 3. All right, buckle up, everybody, because I got some news on this. That's your A cover. This was your 10 copy incentive. Now, obviously, the Super Mario Bros. 3 homage, this is fire. It really is fire. It is a kid's book, though, so it's in Boombox. I don't know if that's going to hurt it long term or help it. The same way with some of these Scoot titles. You never know. What the deal is with some of these books. So the situation with this, though, you can only order 10 copies of the A cover to get 1 copy of the cover B. Now, the FOC reveal variant here, you had to order 25 copies of in order to get this 25 copy FOC incentive. And yeah, Dave collects. It's a Super Mario Bros. 3 homage. And the Buckhead number 3, unfortunately, I don't think it shipped because I had reached out to a couple of my, big time distributor guys, and I asked them about a couple of books. I was like, hey, I'm having a hard time trying to, tracking down a couple of the books out this week. You got any details on any of these? And he actually said that he was shorted his 25 copy. So I'm thinking that there was a lot of places that were shorted this 25 copy incentive, but be on the lookout and see if you guys can locate any of them in your stores and bring them to market. You might be able to flip it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 34 with a cover A by Franny. And I know we're approaching the end of the series. So Buffy the Vampire Slayer 34, cover B. Then here's your 10 copy incentive by Franny, which is amazing Franny art. And then your 25 copy incentive by Fish. Now, don't forget there is also the last Vampire Slayer Buffy book that's also going to be out there. I think it's going to be like a sequel to this or whatever. But here's your unlockable. 1 per store. So, Dark Horse has given us Manor Blackfire in the Blood number 1. It's a 4-issue miniseries. Here's your cover A. And there's your cover B by Francavilla. Good stuff. Dynamite Entertainment. So this one was, again, another book that... This is one of the books I mentioned to some of my friends. Like, hey, I didn't, I know it was ordered, but did you get yours? Big Remo, good to see you. So these gold foil Dynamite edition reprints of the boys being slow leaked out by Dynamite right before season 3. Are you picking them up? Hell Sonya number 2. And of course there's your cover A. Look at them pasties, everybody. They're made of flames. Hell Sonya number 2, cover B by Jay Lee. And then your cover C by Yoon. The cover D by Linsner. Your E is your cosplay. And then your 10 copy Perillo tint, 20 copy Yoon black and white, 20 copy cosplay virgin, 25 copy incentive Yoon virgin. Perillo limited version, Lee limited version, and then we get into some of the goods, which is the Ken Haser TMNT homage with trade dress, the FOC Broxton Risque, and then here is your Qualano original. I mean, it's a pretty fire cover. And then your FOC incentive of that one. Your 11 copy incentive TMNT homage Sans trade dress. And of course your Sans trade dress for the Risque. So those two last virgin covers, you know, you can get them either way. And then of course we have your ultraviolet tint. So that's your Perillo Ultraviolet, and then your Perillo Ultraviolet Virgin, 21 copy and 15 copy in FOC incentives. And then here is your 21 copy FOC Linsner Virgin. And then we move on to Red Sonja, the Valentine's Special. Cover A, Sozo Micah. Cover B, Leslie Leary Lee. Cover C is your cosplay. Cover D was the 10 copy Lee Virgin. And then the 20 copy Sozo Micah Virgin. That covers fire. Red Sonja Valentine's Special. Cover F was your FOC bonus Jim Lee homage by John Royal. Here is your 7 copy FOC incentive cosplay Virgin. And then your 11 copy Sozo Micah FOC black and white. 11 copy FOC Royal Virgin. And then the 15 copy incentive John Royal black and white with trade dress. And that's going to wrap it up for the Dynamite books. IDW dropping Star Trek The Mirror War number 4 of the 8-issue miniseries. So again, you guys know that I'm a big Transformers fan, and we just finished that Shattered Glass, which is basically the same thing as this. An alternate universe where things are a little bit altered. People that are good are now evil, and all sorts of other, you know, just changed things and changed scenarios. But Swole Picard holding a rifle. And then this is the difference between the two Picards, apparently. Which is kind of crazy. Because, like, one's, like, way taller. But then here is your 15 copy incentive. Okay. So, Transformers King Grimlock number 5. This is your cover A. And again, please understand, I'm a huge Transformers fan. But no, I'm not reading this because this is Transformers meets Dungeons & Dragons. I'm not really into that genre. This is basically what IDW is doing. So, while IDW thought this was cool, no Transformers fan out there did. These books aren't really selling all that well, but for you fans of Grimlock, the Padilla cover that they did not show the artwork for pre-FOC, well, here it is. Pretty fire looking cover. And then this is your 10 copy incentive. Image Comics dropping A Thing Called Truth, and here's your cover A by Romboli. And then here is your cover B by Zanfardino. And then what they do is they put the two of those covers together like this, and that's a wraparound cover, and that is your C cover. Ant number 2 with a cover A by Eric Larson. And then the retro trade dress version. Same art. Crossover number 11 with a cover A by Geoff Shaw. And then the Gorham on the B cover. And then the 25 copy incentive, the Shaw version. And 50 copy incentive, the Gorham version. Echo Lands number 6, cover A. Cover B by Francavilla. And then we have the raw cut edition of number 5. There's your cover A. And then here is your cover B. I'm glad to be able to provide you guys with your data fix of comic book information. Thank you for stopping by my channel to get it. So Geiger with an 80-page giant number 1 cover A by Gary Frank. And then here's your cover B by Hitch. And they got a ton of covers for this one. So here's your cover C, your cover D, then your blank sketch. Hellcop number 4. This is a wicked looking A cover. And then there's this one, which is your National Lampoon's homage. Let me back up a second. If you don't buy this Hellcop, we'll kill this demon. So this is pretty wild looking, considering another book later on seems to be in the same genre. You'll see in just a second. Magic Order 2, number 4. Cover A, cover B, and your cover C. Cover C is wild. Sweet Paprika, number 7 of 12. Cover B by La Fuente. And then the John C. Oh, Jack and... Okay, I'm just going to mess up that name. But cover C is pretty cool too, but they didn't show that art FOC, pre-FOC. And then Mirka doing another cover. I think she does 3 covers total on this issue. So there's your number 7 cover D. And then the cover E is your risque or polybagged variant. So don't know what the cover looks like underneath it. But knowing Mirka, it could be cool. And then New Masters number 1 of 6. There's your cover A. And your cover B. New Burn number 3. Nita Hawes Nightmare Blog number 4. Now there's your cover A. And this is your cover B. So I don't know if this is retribution for the other demon getting killed on the other one. Yaquinto. Okay. Yeah, I was messing it up pretty bad, my man. Cover A by Daniel for Noctera. Welcome back. Cover B by Fabok. Fire. Cover C, also not too bad. Danny and Simpson. And then cover D by Tony Daniel. Cover E, your 10 copy incentive. And then your 25 copy black and white Fabok Virgin. And then Megan Hutchinson Cates giving us the 50 copy incentive. And then here is your 100 copy incentive by Bueno. And then, as stated earlier, your 1 per store. So 1 per store versus 1 in 100. Which book do you think is more rare? I don't know. Are people ordering hundreds of copies of Noctera? The Scumbag number 12 with a cover A. And then Marguerite Sauvage dropping fire here too. And the background's funny. The foreground is good. The background is funny. Spawn number 326, and this was a good read, even though I didn't really talk about it much in the repile section. But I got some other books I read there for you. But the old character Haunt showed up in here. So Spawn number 326 as a crossover of yet another Image hero. So good stuff to see in Image doing what they're doing. And then, of course, Walking Dead Deluxe number 32 gets you a cover A by Finch. Got a cover B by Charlie Adlard. And then the cover C by Del Mundo. We're on to DC Comics. Hole in your head. I need you like I need another hole in the head. So, Arkham City Order of the World number 5 of 5, cover A. And then, oh my god, hole in the face again. Cover B. But is that Professor Pig? I believe that is Professor Pig. So anyway, Batman 120 with a cover A by Jorge Molina. And then your Matina cardstock variant cover. Dan Hip with the cardstock variant cover. This is your incentive, though. Dark Knights of Steel number 4 of 12. And I noticed that they've actually cut back from doing the jock incentive 1 in 50s. So I guess 1 in 25 is their threshold now. Dark Knights of Steel number 4. And there's your cover A by Yasmin Putri. The Middleton cardstock variant cover right here is a Fire Harley cover. Dark Knights of Steel number 4 did have a 25 copy incentive by Bengal. So it's weird to see some of these things because Detective Comics 1051 cover A by Ruben Rodriguez. The Bermejo cardstock variant. And then we got the Jorge Fornes cardstock, 125. Joker presents a puzzle box number 7 of 7. So hardcore Joker fans, please let me know. What do you think of Chip Zdarsky doing this? Cover A, and then cover B. And then we're on to Justice League Incarnate, where they're talking about all the other crises causing another crisis. So be on the lookout for this book because there's apparently some good stuff going on in it. Cover A, cover B with the Jorge Fornes cardstock variant cover, and then Justice League Incarnate number 4 of 5, cover C is your Burnham cardstock 1 in 25 incentive. This one was an interesting read. Very interesting read. Don't lose your head over it now, everybody. It's just the Monkey Prince #1. Cover A by Bernard Chang. Now, cover B by Art Germ was on shelves. This one I didn't see because my store did not order 250 copies of it. This one was delayed in some areas. So this one is the Bernard Chang foil and red envelope variant cover. This is your Dustin Nguyen cardstock variant. I'm sorry, that 1 in 50 incentive on this one, it might be wrong. I think that was a typo. My apologies. I should have proofread more. But your cover E is your 50 copy Dustin Nguyen cardstock incentive, followed by, oh no, so that's your 25 copy. So yes, I got them all marked 50 copy, but they're not all 50 copies. So that was your 25 copy. This is indeed your 50 copy though. So good luck to you guys on that Monkey Prince #1 there. 1-Star Squadron #3 of 6. And then we move on to Suicide Squad #12, where they are on Earth 8. So what the hell? Earth 8? Yep, Earth 8. But there's your John Boy Myers cardstock variant cover. World of Krypton #3, cover A, and then cover B by Dave Johnson. That's your cardstock variant cover. And that's going to wrap it up for DC. Marvel, giving us Alien #9. And then we all know Mel loves this because it's a Raza. And oh my God, it's a Raza. That's a fire looking Raza. And then Shaw giving us the incentive variant for Alien #9. Book of the week due to FOMO injection. But hey, you know, it is what it is, everybody. The book started selling for $15 a week before release. And then you guys started buying it at $15 a week before release, making other stores go, oh, well, maybe I should charge $15 for this on release day. So this is part of the problem that we have now in the comic book community. Of course, we have stores who are going to pre-list things at a higher price to try to sell them to you at a higher price because that's them trying to make money. It just takes you guys not catching the FOMO and not buying their overpriced books. If you do that, the books will come down. Promise. It's Amazing Spider-Man #88 with the Mana X Gwen variant. Amazing Spider-Man #88 with the Gleason design variant, and there she is, Ashley Kafka. And if you haven't picked up her spectacular Spider-Man first appearance, well, you probably should. You know, I actually had that one a long time ago. And then Amazing Spider-Man #88, the Bagley variant. And then Avengers Tech On, #6 of 6. Avengers Tech On, #6 of 6 with the Momoko variant. So that series is finally over. So that's the magical Red Skull book. Yeah. Black Panther Legends #3 of 4. And then #3 of 4 with the Bustos variant cover. I think this is pretty cool. But that's not toasting everybody, so everybody chill out, okay? Don't be going crazy over Black Panther Legends 3 now. Daredevil Woman Without Fear #2. The Bagley variant. And then another book. I mean, Midtown had it, I think, for like $31, right? My LCS put 90 on this thing, and it was on the wall. Because look, the first appearance of Akka happens in the first issue. The first issue has that wonderful Bartel cover. Now, granted, this nostalgic kind of throwback, right? Well, that's the Fornes variant. And it is a swipe, so hope you like it. Fantastic Four Life Story #6, cover A. And then this is your cover B. And apparently, Ben Grimm never ages. Fantastic Four Reckoning War now, Alpha, #1. Okay, Marvel, I see what you're doing. Fantastic Four Reckoning War #1, Alpha with the Caselli variant. And then the Hitch Incentive variant cover. 25 copy. Hellions 18 second printing with the Philip Tan variant. And then the second printing incentive by Segovia. Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land #5. This is a good read, everybody. I kid you not. And it took them a while to put it out, but here's your Acuna variant and your Garcia map variant. So the Garcia map variant connects all 5 incentive variant covers from the series, but good luck finding the #3 with Sheena. Or Shauna the She-Devil, that's right. Sheena is the Dynamite version. Sabretooth number 1. This was a wild read, and here's your Ryan Brown variant. And then this is the Todd Knock headshot cover. Awesome sauce. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Have a great night to you. And I hope to have an amazing week myself. Hope you do too. And I hope I can attend Drunken Chat, but if I cannot, make sure you have your Blind Adams Hidden Gems ready. Starting up with the Suan variant. This is a good-looking Sabretooth cover, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Wolverine incentive that came out this week. You'll see you in a minute. Now, Savage Spider-Man number 1. This apparently is the follow-up to the Non-Stop Spider-Man. So they had to stop Non-Stop and then turn him savage, which is fine. But the Sandoval variant, obviously, with your swipe of Spider-Man number 1 and 13, and then many other books afterwards. That was the hit. And then this one's not too bad either, but this is, the Ron Lim variant, the Bagley variant. People probably will gravitate towards this one. It's Scotty Young. We're not doing too bad here, but we're kind of beating a dead horse. Oh, but when you homage Amazing Fantasy 15, and this is the art, the preview art that they released for it, and then when they actually released it, they released it with like a retro trade dress look. So it's actually kind of cool looking. But the Amazing Fantasy 15 swipe by Perez, my favorite of them so far. And then of course the Casanovas variant, not so bad. Raza. Look, Raza's detail just blows everything else away. Period. And then, of course, here is your Inyuk Lee 1 in 100 incentive variant. Those are all high ratio. Shang-Chi number 8. Shang-Chi number 8 with the Chung headshot variant cover. Spider-Woman number 19. And I hope to God we are not dealing with another Skrull scenario, because, oh my God, I don't think we could take another time where Spider-Woman was replaced by a Skrull. And then here is your Devil's Reign variant cover. Star Wars Crimson Reign number 2. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. There's your cover C by Crane, which is your Enemy's Dawn variant. And then Gian Giordano, the Warriors variant. And then Crimson Reign number 2 with the Fam Syndicate variant. All right, Knights of Ren variant by Raza. The Lopez Sabic card incentive variant cover. This book was heavy on Ochia Bastoon, by the way. Lots of his story going on in there. Star Wars Halcyon Legacy. So this is very interesting. We got to see a new Wookiee character who is a Padawan. Check out that braid, everybody. And then the Fairy variant cover, which was your incentive. Oh no, I'm sorry, that wasn't an incentive. That was the open order. This is the Slimy connecting variant. This is your Wingard variant, and then this was your incentive variant. So they call this one the attraction variant. So it's your 25 copy incentive with a droid. Oh, and I had his name primed before the show and I forgot it. Star Wars High Republic number 14. So what's actually really funny is that this actually takes place, I believe, in the High Republic time, because the Nile are the enemies. Interesting, right? So speaking of the Nile, here they are. And then here's your Star Wars High Republic number 14. Here is your Macone open order variant. And then here's your Wingard 25 copy incentive variant cover. The Marvels number 8. And then your incentive variant cover. The Thing number 4 of the 6-issue miniseries. And then here we go, the Casara Stormbreakers variant cover. And I believe that's Alicia, who is, of course, blind, carving Thing. The Excellent number 1. And then the variant cover here, which was your open order, actually went first. This one went first in a lot of places. This is the same guy who I think did that one Miles Morales cover recently. not a whole lot of work under his belt. Excellent number 1 with a young variant. And then David Mack dropping the 25 copy incentive for the excellent number 1. The X Lives of Wolverine, or 10 Lives of Wolverine, whatever you want to call it. The Bagley trading card variant cover. The Coelho Stormbreakers variant, aka the 2 Batmans. Look, his face looks like 2 Batmen staring each other down. You guys have seen that meme before. You're not new here. The Sayaz Lives of Wolverine variant cover. And then the Houston animation style variant cover, which shows us the X-Men cartoon style. And then everybody all hail the Del Auto. And I kid you not, $100 book at my LCS this morning for this incentive. So twice ratio. Because I believe it's only a 50 copy. So 50 copy ratio incentive going gone. Is it one of the better Del Auto Wolverine covers? Yeah, I think so. But we'll see. We'll see. X-Men Legends number 11. And then X-Men Legends number 11 with the Lashley classic homage variant cover. So Deadpool doesn't show up in the book. But I do think it's pretty cool that they showed us a New Mutants story that takes place before New Mutants 87. Kind of like how New Mutants 92 had that filler story in it. But that's going to be the last for the books of the week, or the new books this week, everybody. Make sure you smash that like button, and the show must roll on. So let's get into the Raw Report update. I'm probably going to spoil you on some things here, but maybe not. You might know about some of these things. Some of you guys might follow me on my Facebook page. But happy anniversary, you darling devils, you. And that is officially the official Image timeline dropped by Image Comics yesterday, 7:30 p.m. And this, of course, shows just in time to celebrate Image Comics' 30th anniversary. Image archivist and co-founder Jim Valentino details the company's history, warts and all, in the single most comprehensive chronology of the company ever published. New Comic Book Day is tomorrow. So this was actually an Image drop, but it wasn't considered a comic book. I think if you all do like Image Comics, this might be a good pick for you. But definitely good. So we also have the Swatum. I don't know about you guys, but this hits like way back for me. So do you guys remember the USA Network? If you're from the United States and you remember the USA Network, then you know all about SWAT Cats. I mean, I think they syndicated them afterwards on like TNT and some other places. But SWAT Cats was one of those shows that, it's getting a reboot. So SWAT Cats Revolution is coming back from Tremblay Brothers. And I think they went over to like India to get it done. So next we got Mouse in the Tennessee House. As you guys know, Mouse had a little bit of an issue in Tennessee, and their issue was it got removed from the school board, or school board had it removed from schools. So comic book stores are offering to send copies of Mouse to Tennessee students for free. Follow up on that one from Huffington Post. Good to see you, Comic Boom, Mojo Quid, and Ronald Smith. And don't forget, if I didn't have one of those days today, I probably would have had some more news stories in here, but I had one of those days today. But it's all right, because you're going to Twitter tag me at XUltraMaximusX when you see something newsworthy on the old Twitters. And of course, you're going to find me at U1TraMaximus, whether it be on IG or Facebook. And appreciate everybody leaving me comments and letting me know what you think of the news stories this week. And of course, if you've seen something else that I should probably have been talking about. Now let's get on to the fun. Right? I mean, look, I was a little bit too old for SWAT Cats, but I thought it was pretty cool myself. So, it is what it is. But in the Raw Report read pile this evening, we're going to enter the Spec Matrix, because I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of something to go off of here. Because we do know that when new books come out, there's sometimes a book that shines above. If you guys have been following me for years, you probably should know that I am obsessed with ancient cultures and ancient civilizations. Because if you don't know where you've been, you have no clue where you're going. That's the way I look at it. So I look towards the ancestors of ours on this world to give us an idea of where we should be heading and evolving, to not make the mistakes of the past. This book hit. So Primos #1 opens with a story of a young man with his cousins apparently fighting some pretty brutal looking dudes who look like ancient Inca, Maya, Aztec, whatever you want to call it. Just different South American cultures. But these dudes look like they're like 6'8", 340 pounds and all muscle. And this little tiny kid's gonna go up after him. He even makes fun of himself in this one, saying he's got like Avenged Sevenfold makeup on, which is hilarious. But him and his cousins, they apparently have a very big tie to some of these ancient civilizations. I really recommend you guys reading this book in its entirety, because we do see a previous couple of guys from his ancestors apparently blasting off from planet Earth, going through a wormhole, and then coming back in the year 2022 and seeing the entire civilization kind of, upended. So go and pick up Primos, everybody, and let me know what you think about it, because I'm digging it. Now, the excellent #1 is just a redo. But if you do like the characters that were introduced here in X-Force #116, which I don't know if it saw any heat today, because there was so much activity on the the Cad Bane side of things that we really didn't get to see, if there's any other kind of like pushes on some of these other books. But X-Force 116, first appearance of Dupe, Zeitgeist, Dead Girl, and a bunch of other characters basically turned into the Excellence. Now, I flipped through it. Zeitgeist has been revived because he was like killed off really early. So, but the Michael Allred stuff, if you're into Michael Allred, this is your jam, because he's picking up right where he left off with the Ecstatic stuff after X-Force turned into Ecstatic. Now they are the Excellent. Sabretooth. Okay. So for all of you House of X, Powers of 10 people, knowing that we have been talking to Sabretooth in this issue via his mind, because he's right now imprisoned underneath Krakoa. And that does not change in this issue. Although there are hints that he is working out being in prison. The Anunnaki, yes, that would count as an ancient culture. Sumerian, mostly, because Enki, Enlil, Poseidon, Zeus, whatever you want to call them, they basically turned into our Greek and Roman gods, but they were also the Sumerian gods and the Egyptian gods. And it just depends on what portion of the world you were living in, because they have the name of Quetzalcoatl in South America. Yeah. Quetzalcoatl was Enki, was Poseidon. With that news, do with what you will. But this issue of Sabretooth gets into his brain because, of course, again, he's locked up underneath Krakoa, but he's willing to work with whoever's communicating. So somebody's communicating with him. We don't know who's communicating with him yet. If it's actually Doug who's doing it on behalf of Krakoa, this is where it gets a little weird. Because next thing you know, he's like sitting on the throne of what looks or appears to be hell. And then these people get dropped in. And then he says he's going to practice killing them. So I got to see what happens in the next issue. But yeah, check out Sabretooth's deviled up appearance here. He's got himself a little skull with some horns on it, keeping a sash on his side. He's taken too many cues from Exodus as far as wardrobe there, buddy. Moving on. Fantastic Four, The Reckoning War. I want to point this one out because this one may actually be one of those sleeper, they're calling it a Fantastic Four book, but it actually has more to do with the Marvel Universe. Because the Watcher is reborn. Nick Fury is no longer the one big huge eye. And the Badoons show up and blow up the moon. And you're like, wait, what? Yeah, so this appears to be one of the timelines, like I think was explained in Guardians of the Galaxy, the original series, the original Volume 1. where the Badoon, the future of the Badoon, where they actually wipe out a ton of life in the universe. So I don't know what's going on here, but if you guys are all about the Badoon, Silver Surfer #2 is your book. They are a major Guardians of the Galaxy villain. The potential for them to show up in Cosmic Marvel Cinematic, it's good. I wouldn't say it's like super good, but they're one of the villain races of, the future. So who knows? Maybe the next crew of Guardians of the Galaxy we get to see are actually in the Guardians 3000. I mean, they kind of gave it to us already with Stakar and being, what's his face? Sylvester Stallone. He's kind of old, though. You know what I mean? Like, James Gunn really did put his own spin on the Guardians, but I would still prefer to see a Stakar, Starhawk, and Alita, his companion. Some really cool stories going on there. And shout out to Jim Valentino, because Jim Valentino is the reason why I love Guardians of the Galaxy so much. Now we're going to talk about the Raw Report Versus, which is where I give you guys 2 books and I make you choose. Was this an easy choice for you? Because it was for me. Actually, no, it's not an easy choice for me, because I wanted the Lee Lee one too, and my LCS did pop up with. But you know what, Sozo, you're killing us here. Keep it up, because the work you have done so far is phenomenal. But I think this Red Sonja is going to be one of your better covers. I'm just saying. And I know that there's probably stores out there that had stacks of them, especially like some of your big retailers. But I also seen some online shops not have any stock. It's crazy to think. Now, for next week, I give you a very different variant battle. So I've given you a variant battle between Godkiller Spider-Man #2, which is your cover B incentive, and Mighty Morphin #16, which is your cover E 1 per store incentive. A little bit different art quality between the two of them, but Rion Gonzalez versus Ariel Christiantina, sorry. Took both, couldn't help yourself. Hey man, Red Kryptonite sometimes gets the best of us. It really, really does. Leave me a comment below and let me know which one of those 2 books you think is going to be winning the variant battle next week. And as we move on, we're going to journey further into the Ultra Maximus Speculation Matrix as we discuss the heat of the week. And this is where I'm going to circle back through the books that came out this week, and we're going to talk about, just ones I think that might have a little bit of weight to them. First off and foremost, as I stated when we went over this initially, final issue of a Terry Moore book, Serial. It's about a serial killer. We're probably going to have to read this one, but it's probably a lower ordered book compared to some of the earlier issues. Zombie Tramp with the Risque and the other Risque cover. Probably good flips for you if you can find them. Chicken Devil #4. It's a good story. And then this one, I got to be honest, the vampire taking a bath in blood with a white jacket that floats, wearing no pants. Kind of wild. Just saying. And then, of course, we have Dark Red, where Roads lead the 1 in 10 incentive. I put this one on here for the name. And then Gold Digger, because I know some of you guys are gold diggers, and you're just digging for gold. And then the Jungle Comics that is making a brave attempt at trying to give us the brunette versions of Kazar and Shauna the She-Devil. Archie Valentine's Day Spectacular. Anything with Cherry Blossom. Remember, everybody, Cherry Blossom, Redhead in Riverdale. You guys know where it's at. Primos, absolutely. Want them all. Didn't get any. And then I honestly wonder how well this one's going to do. I really think that this one might actually see a lot of secondary desire, maybe in like Brazil and, well, I know they speak Portuguese there, but other South, American and Mexican countries or Mexican, territories and stuff like that probably are going to want a little bit of that book. Bonnier Aromatic #1, as I showed you earlier, there's hardly anything covering her upper half, but that's the kind of artwork I guess you guys were going for. And the cover is probably the winner, just in my opinion. Speed Republic #1, and again, I want to read this just to find out if that is indeed a Mercedes 190E Evolution, because it looks like a Mercedes front bumper there. And then that wing on the back And the body kit should be a giveaway. That's a 190 Evolution. And that came with a wonderful 2.3-liter 16-valve manual transmission. Cosworth-inspired car, everybody. And no, we didn't get them in America. Rick and Morty presents The Heretics. I think the Rick and Morty A cover was the better of the two. I saw some of you guys in the chat talking about the B cover. I'm like, man, I didn't even put the B cover on the heat of the week, but okay. Okay. I can't win them all. Now, Human Remains, just because absolute nightmare fuel for some people. And, of course, the cover B, giving you a little bit of a spoilerific thing. I did put a Xenoscope book on the heat of the week because a negative space variant might draw in a few of you guys. Girls, too. Basilisk number 7 with his 25 copy incentive, obviously. Basilisk is still got a good following behind him. Now, Buckhead number 3, cover B, 10 copy incentive. I saw people trying to get $20 for this one. My LCS, I think, had it for about 20 as well, but I saw them going online between 10 and 15. So, but I don't know if they sold out everywhere. But this one right here, apparently, some people didn't get their shipments. Hold off on going ham on this one. But if you do see this 25 copy incentive at your store, it's probably a good pickup. Probably a good book to get on eBay. Because there is either a shortage of them or they were not shipped. Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 34 with a 10 copy incentive by Franny. And then your 25 copy incentive by Fish. These Buffy books are going to be the end of the Buffy story as far as I know. Besides the, like I stated earlier, the future Vampire Slayer, last Vampire Slayer, whatever they're calling it. But here's your unlockable. Man in Black means it's issue number 1 from Dark Horse. And the Francavilla variant ain't too shabby. So if the book has good guts, do we have a winner? I think this one's a winner. Gold foil. Did you even see this at your shop today? Let me know if you actually saw it. Of course, I don't have to tell you why. This one too. Yep, that one. And that one. I picked the color ones. The black and whites weren't so... They're not bad. They just... I don't think when it comes to this type of book, because of what it is, that the black and whites are really doing them any justice. Some people like the black and white art, though. And if you do, don't let me knock it. Don't let me knock what you collect. I'll knock what I don't. But that's just me. Star Trek Mirror War, 15 copy incentive. Is your store ordering 15 copies of a Star Wars book? Are they ordering 30? Are they ordering 45? Because this 15 copy interval's got to be a pretty big hell. But with 2 covers, obviously, to split between the two, it shouldn't be too bad. But still, is your store ordering 15 copies of a Star Trek book? Transformers King Grimlock number 5, the Padilla variant, was superior. It's a B cover, so yeah, it's not going to be as rare as the incentive. But still, they didn't show the artwork before FOC. Chances of this thing being under-ordered probably go up. And your 10 copy incentive. Now, if you're a fan of Grimlock, these covers aren't shabby. They really aren't. It's just Grimlock and magic. No. Magic is just science people don't understand. Crossover is number 11. All of them. Because, again, there is a specific character from another title, genre, whatever you want to call it. Another medium, too, that shows up in this book. And it's a really good surprise for those of you still reading crossover. I'm actually surprised it's still an issue. It actually made it to issue 11. But cool stuff happening in the book. Hellcop number 4. I mean, who doesn't love a Lampoon's variant, right? Oh, 78 points. No worry, my man. I know you're busy. You're too busy taking pictures of some of the best action figures in the world. Yeah, when you watch the rewind, you'll definitely see I've had a wonderful day. But appreciate you stopping by, man. If you want to just chill out for the live stream, or if you're going to watch the rewind, whatever you do, whatever you choose, I thank you for stopping by and supporting the channel. Now, Sweet Paprika, of course, Merca and Dolpho giving you an A cover and an E cover. And like I said, there was the D cover as well. The Nightmare Blog. and then your 10 copy for Noctera, your 25 copy, 50 copy, 100 copy, and 1 per store. So all your incentives for Noctera. It took a hiatus. I don't know if the hiatus hurt it or helped it, but I know that the Blacktop Bill one-shot in between, did it satisfy or get people to want to jump back on this? That's the question. Scumbag, as we're approaching higher up in the series, issue 12's cover A. It's a funny cover, but not as funny as this one. So shout out to you, Marguerite Sauvage. Good stuff there. But we didn't need the banana hammock. Spawn number 326, of course, with your cover A. There is your Jessica Priest. And then here is your cover B by Barbarian. Geek out with Roscoe in the house. Good to see you, my man. Walking Dead Deluxe, number 32, with the cover A by Finch. Arkham City, Order of the World. Holy crap, that's a hole in your face. Oh my god! Dirt cheap cardstock variant. Batman number 120 with the cover B by Francisco Mattina. The Hip. So check it out. I mean, he's wearing like tons of cat-related stuff. This is just it's a weird variant, okay? Mr. Freeze in a cup. But the Dark Knights of Steel Middleton variant, that's a good Harley. That's a really good Harley cover. Just don't know about the guts. Anybody reading this? I know this is the story about where Jor-El comes and has a baby Batman or whatever with a woman on Earth. But there's your cardstock variant covers, your 1 in 25. Detective 1051 with a Bermejo Joker that is like, well, it's a Joker and Harley cover. And then Joker presents the puzzle box. The Riley Brown cardstock variant cover. So the Justice League Incarnate number 4. We are dealing with a 5-issue miniseries. It's an Elseworlds title, but I gotta say the dynamic between Batman and this Batman and this Superman, definitely cool. And then of course when you have a Darkseid yoking Thomas Wayne by the throat, what is going on in this book? You should read it. Now again, don't lose your head over the monkey prints. And if you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, thanks, man. Roscoe, if you're not going to go watch a rewind, it's been a hell of a day. I did get my first step towards transforming into the real-life version of Zodiac by getting some pain-blocking injections in my back yesterday. So that's fun. A little bleeding, a little recovery. No big deal. Art Germ cardstock variant cover. And look, Art Germ killed it on this one. The Team variant, which is your 250 copy minimum order. And this was wild. And then Monkey Prince number 1, the Chiang foil and red envelope variant. The Dustin Nguyen cardstock variant. And then that's not even Dustin Nguyen. Shoot, man, I messed up the name there. So, yep, that's your Dustin Nguyen. And the other one is a different artist, but that is your 25 copy, and that's your other incentive. So good luck on those guys. And if you like the Monkey Prince, I think he appeared someplace else before there, didn't he? Or is that his first appearance? I'm not really reading as much DCs as probably some of you guys would want me to. Just haven't been enjoying their stories, sorry. But the Alien number 9 Raza variant. Raza, you really, I don't think he's ever disappointed me in a cover. I really honestly don't. And then of course, there's no reason why I have to beat this dead horse here, because we already know who the Goblin Queen's real identity is. We know that this is her first appearance. We know that they gave us a 10 copy design variant. Oh, and they keep on teasing the death of Mary Jane in previews, but we already see Spider-Man's new volume, issue number 2. She's alive. Black Panther Legends number 3 of 4. Daredevil Woman Without Fear, the Fornas, 25 copy incentive. So a 25 copy incentive asking 90. I left it. I'm not taking it over 90. Fantastic Four, The Reckoning War, and as described in the read pile tonight, yo, the Badoon blew up the moon, bro. Fantastic Four, Reckoning War, Alpha #1 with the Hitch variant. That's your 25 copy incentive. Now, obviously, here's all the Badoon on there fighting, and they look like really, really ugly Skrulls. But we'll see. We'll see. Hellions #18 with the second print tan variant, and then the incentive. Red Kryptonite, everybody. Casara, the Lord of the Savage Land with the Acuna variant, and then the Garcia map variant cover. Yeah, Roscoe, we talked about that one a little bit earlier, so let me back up for you. That book is going to come down quickly because it's basically the flavor of the week. We knew who the identity of the Goblin Queen was on FOC. FOC was January 3rd, so literally a month ago. And then within the last 2 weeks, we had everybody seeing the release art and started adding up to their, adding it on to their sub list and stuff like that. So stores had their shelf copies absorbed, and then whatever ones they had left over for the shelf, they marked up. So I honestly just want to tell you, FOC shows are the best. Get your orders in, get your regular price, and then, hey, Big Remo, no worries, my man. Thanks for stopping by while you could. Yeah, so it's one of those situations where I think that book's going to have some corrections coming for it. And there's also an Inyuk Lee store exclusive out there that people are kind of fawning over because it's a better cover. But we'll see what happens. Because do you really think she's going to stay Goblin Queen forever? Are they going to give her to Felicia as one of Felicia's rogues galleries now? Like, it could honestly go a bunch of different ways with that character. But I would say tread lightly as far as buying it at 15. I'd rather be selling it at 15 than buying it at 15 right now. But the Lord of the Savage Land, the Garcia map variant cover, again, connects with the other ones. Sabretooth, I love the read. But, again, I'm heavy on the X titles, so it's kind of a give me. But the knock headshot variant even isn't one of the worst headshot variants out there. But this incentive variant, good colors, just not Del Auto. Almost Del Auto, but not quite Del Auto. Obviously, Savage Spider-Man with the Sandoval, Spider-Man #1 swipe, the Young variant, and then the Perez. So, again, this one had a better trade dress on it for actual release. And then the Raza, Raza's detail. This wasn't even the highest ratio because it had the Inyuk Lee 1/100. Inyuk Lee's colors do pop as well. And, look at the hair, hair on the arms and stuff like that, man. That's good detail. Now, Star Wars Crimson Reign #2 with the Raza Knights of the Ren variant. I had some friends of mine tell me that people didn't pay attention to what I said about these, but oh well. Star Wars Crimson Reign #2 with the Lopez the Sabic card variant cover. Look, I kind of like the Todd Knock headshot cover, okay? It's one of very few that have actually been pretty good. And didn't he actually... Is he doing them for Strange Academy? Or did he do one for Strange Academy? That's where it gets really scary. But anyway, the Halcyon Legacy right here with our Padawan Wookiee. This was on FOC so long ago and delayed so many times. And then, of course, your Attraction variant cover. Star Wars High Republic #14 with your 25 copy incentive. The Marvels #8. And then the incentive variant for it. The Thing #4 with the Stormbreakers variant. Look, just a blind chick carving a statue of her husband. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. And then this one right here, the Manhani variant. Again, isn't this the same guy who did that one Miles Morales cover just recently that everybody went ham over? Shout out to Ninth Wonder. Excellent #1 with the Mac variant. Return of the Mac, everybody. Return of the Mac. The X Lives of Wolverine or the 10 Lives of Wolverine, depending on how you want to read it. Houston animation variant. And then Del Auto. He's clawed the competition here. He's like, you guys said what? I mean, the X Lives of Wolverine and the Sabretooth book next to each other, probably a nice set to have, but Del Auto of the two. Honestly, I should have done a variant battle between those two. And then I believe the last book I have on here, of course, is your X-Men Legends 11 homage variant. I'm digging all these homage variants. I'm picking them all up like an idiot. So here we go, everybody. Here we go. I think I might have picked them up an extra copy of one that came out a couple weeks ago, too. Yeah. I can't remember if I bought this one, but I think I might have bought it already. Because that was issue 86. But no, I just picked that one up today. Because sometimes I don't even remember what's on FOC, and I do a show. So here's the secret variant, and this is the show I'm talking about. So on the secret variant, that's how you don't miss books that are on final order cutoff. Get your orders into your LCSs. Tell your LCS about me. Of course, follow me and subscribe to my channel so you get entered into the Ultra Box because it's a subscriber-only giveaway. And then, of course, the Ultra Maximus Speculation Matrix Variant Edition. I drop them every now and then. And when my dog's not trying to crap in the living room in the middle of the night and I got to get off of air to go deal with that, well, you know, sometimes I can finish a Spec Matrix. But I hope you caught the last one on Sozo. I'm sure it's not a big one, but there's a couple of cool books out there of hers. And then, of course, don't forget to subscribe to all of our friends in the feature channel section. Make sure you have subscribed and followed to all of them. Shout out to everybody. Spine Ticks, Comic Crusaders, Drunken Chat. All right, and then, of course, the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser will be back here again next week, provided I don't have any kind of, catastrophic failures. Even with a catastrophic failure, I was able to recover in a couple of hours and get back on the road, get done, and get home. And then, of course, you guys, if you really wanted to know what I'm specking on, Pigman? No, I'm not specking on Pigman. But if you really did want to know what I'm specking on, you guys should check out some of these videos that I do for the Raw Report, and that is where I do my pickups. So if you guys want to see what I'm buying, what I'm bringing home, what I'm putting into my stash of Mylars, Mylite 2s and fullbacks, of course, well, that's the videos to watch. And there's a bunch of them that goes way back, and some of those older videos got some fire books that probably cooled off of people's radar. But I also have this other video right here, which should have gone viral by now, but it hasn't. The Marvel Legacy second print homage variant covers, except for Thanos 13, gives you a super deep dive into some of the sickest spec books that I can recall. Because out of that set, so many of them, because they're Marvel, it's the Marvel Legacy relaunch. They did a lot of first appearances, a lot of crazy things, story changes, and stuff like that going on in there. And then, of course, the Marvel Hip Hop Variant Platinum list. And if you don't know what this is, well, it's the entire collection of hip hop variants. And what I mean by that is those ones that were actually marked as a hip hop variant cover. You had the 2 black bars on it with an album cover that was homage from a previous album. Well, if you wanted to know what album they homage and the cover that it matches to, well, that's the video for you. And again, I don't know why that video hasn't gone viral yet. Maybe you can help with that. Share those videos. And then, of course, like I said before, I do this stupid show called The Secret Variant. And when I do The Secret Variant, it's an FOC show. Final order cutoff is important to us in the comic book game because, well, this is how we can make sure we don't miss books. Because missing a book on release day, like Amazing Spider-Man 88, because you didn't order it on FOC and all the shelf copies got absorbed before you walked in the door. I witnessed this one happen firsthand today, so let's not let that happen too much. So this is probably the last chance you're going to have before release on some of these books to go, oh, hey, I forgot to put my name down for these. Please go ahead and put me down for it. Now, this one was interesting because the Wronger Trapped on Teen Planet, it's a one-shot, and this is a 10-copy incentive. The Trapped on Wrong Earth book, it's pretty good, actually. Kind of funny. And then Captain America Founding Fighters one-shot. Of course, you anime lovers out there. AWA. And someone else was talking about how AWA is dropping really good stories. I agree. Telepath number 6 is coming. So it's the final issue of that series. I'm probably going to go back and read that one just to see how it goes. So, okay. You Promised Me Darkness did end. And now we have Follow Me Into the Darkness. And this is your number 1 of that series. Here's your cover B, your cover C, your cover D, your cover G, Connolly Limited Edition. And then, of course, another Behemoth book is Until My Knuckles Bleed. Now, I can't tell what's going on with these Wolverine type claws he's got going on right there. But he's got some Wolverine claws going on right there. Until My Knuckles Bleed does have a 10 copy incentive, and then it has another 10 copy incentive. So 2 10 copy incentives, but they are very different covers. Going back for a second print, Duel #1 of a 10 issue miniseries. Now this is from Bliss on Tap, so it's definitely a smaller publisher. We'll see. And then Macabre Motel, cover A, Ryan Lee. Cover B. Cover C. This is by CEX Comics. Past the Last Mountain #3. And there's your Joy Edwards cover. And then Keep Calm and Kill Humans, cover B for Past the Last Mountain #4. And the cover D by Jody Edwards. Giant-sized Santos Sisters. So whatever the Santos Sisters are, these nature ninjas are so cute, Ambar, I could eat them right up. I thought you were a vegan. And this is finally a comic for Generation X. Rick and Morty Corporate Assets #4 with the summer clearance cover. Get it? Pentagram of Horror #1, cover A. Pentagram of Horror #1, cover B. This is your 10 copy incentive. This is a Black Caravan imprint of Scout Comics. Check with your Scout suppliers and Scout stores before going ham elsewhere. Okay, so Horizon Zero Dawn Liberation does give you a 4-pack with 4 brand new covers. Heathen, the Vault Reserve Edition, and then House of Slaughter. So this is issue #5. This is your 50 copy incentive. This is your 75 copy, and then this is your 100 copy incentive by Christian Ward. 1 per store. Unlockable. Sorry for the little burps. I got ginger ale. No coffee this evening. Drinking ginger ale. I'm going to sleep after this. Killer Affairs of State #1. It's got a 50 copy incentive. And then a 1 per store unlockable. So, that's a fire looking cover. And then this is your cover F, is the BG variant. I don't know what the BG variant is, but whatever the BG variant is, that's what it is. Power Rangers Universe #3 of 6. And then here is your 10 copy. Here's your 25 copy by Yoon. Not too shabby, right? Oh, but wait. Your 50 copy incentive by Montez. And then, believe it or not, everybody, making his Power Rangers cover debut, David Nakayama, giving us the 100 copy incentive of Power Rangers Universe #3. Red Sonja #7. This FOC incentive risque. You have to look carefully on why it's risque. You can see it. Just got to look up above the bubbles, buddy. And then the 15 copy FOC incentive, Virgin. Vampirilla Dracula, Unholy. Issue #3, cover B by Rose Besh. The cover Q 7 copy FOC incentive. Yeah, you saw it too, huh? The Vampirilla Dracula Unholy #3 cover S11 copy FOC incentive by Moko. They really snuck that one in there, 78. They really did. Then, of course, we got the Dracula Unholy, the Vampirilla Dracula Unholy, #3, 15 copy risque incentive Virgin. And then for all of you guys chasing Rose Besh books, good luck. Of the FOC variants, you have to order 21 copies of that FOC variant in order to qualify for this book. Ordering 21 copies of the A cover and B cover or C cover or whatever the original first couple of covers, A, B, C, and D, will not qualify you for this book. It's Dynamite. Dynamite shows boobies, bro. And, yeah. So here we go with the Vampirilla Dracula, the Unholy, #3, cover X. So yeah, they had 23 covers. It's crazy, right? 25 copy FOC incentive, though. Sonic the Hedgehog with a 10 copy incentive for issue number 48. So if you are a Sonic collector, that's probably going to be a pretty big chase book for you. Just because who's really ordering a ton of Sonic? In between movies, you know, might have some go. But Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 13 with your cover A. And of course, it's after the original. And then here is your 10 copy incentive by Katie Cook. Transformers Beast Wars number 13. That's your 10 copy incentive of Optimus Primal. And then Transformers War's End number 1. So over in the IDW Generation 2 universe, they have relaunched the war between Autobots and Decepticons starting 4 million years ago. That is where the basics of the book's premise was, which is the reason why when I was reached out to for art direction on a variant, no humans was advised. And they did, of course, follow that to a T. Mr. Uncanny Knack himself did deliver on that book. So shout out to him. And then, of course, the War's End with Dasaurus on the cover. And if you guys don't know who he is a major player in the later Transformers books, going up against Starsaber and some of the newer Transformers characters that you may not be 100% familiar with if you are into old canon lore. 10 copy incentive by EJ Sue. And EJ has been doing Transformers variants for quite some time. The IDW Generation 1 stuff that he did, fire. Aerosmith number 2. That's your cover D. Department of Truth number 16 with a cover A and a cover B. The cover B is fire looking. Just because, I mean, look, the cover A's got the colors too. And it's not bad, but it's not the cover B. Gunslinger Spawn number 5. Philadelphia 19 with the cover C by Runge. And then there's this black and white noir edition. Monstrous number 37. Fire cover. All black too, so good luck. Oblivion Song by Kirkman, number 35. Saga number 56. Step by Bloody Step number 1, cover B by Bertram. And then this is your 10 copy incentive cover D. 50 copy incentive by Jock. And look, Jock doing something outside of Batman. What do you guys think? Action Comics 1040 with the cover B by Tedesco. And then the cover C showing Steel's daughter. Aquaman number 1 with the cover F by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. And this is your 25 copy incentive. So this is interesting. So this is a collection of the first 3 issues of Dark Knights of Steel. This is the Gathering Storm, where you can, again, retail the first 3 issues of that one. DC versus Vampires number 5, the B cover by Mattina, of course. And then if you read Deathstroke Inc. number 5, cover A for number 6 is kind of spoilerific if you didn't. So Deathstroke is apparently in charge now, sitting on the throne, and Tau cardstock variant. But, I don't know, the Garner variant cover here, I dare say it's better than the one that came out for issue 4 or issue 5. Ooh, sorry, couldn't hold that one in. Detective Comics number 1054 with the Bermejo cardstock variant. The Derek Chew cardstock variant for Harley number 12. But then Rian Gonzalez throws in her hat in the ring for incentive variants and her multi-panel black and white color style. It's really cool seeing her do her own thing for her books. And here's your 25 copy incentive, everybody. Robin's cover 11 with a Talia and Bruce cover. Wow. And then here is your Crystal Kung 25 copy incentive. Task Force Z with a Francesco Mattina Mr. Bloom variant. And then here's your 25 copy Philip Tan and Daniel Henriquez variant. That's fire looking. Good Red Hood cover. All right. So, out of the ashes, Red X rises. What do they mean by that? Well, they finally, supposedly, are going to reveal the identity of Red X. And he is indeed one of the members of the Teen Titans at the Academy, everybody. So here we go. Cover A, Rafa Sandoval. Oh, is that Todd now doing a headshot variant? Yup. And he's doing it over on Teen Titans Academy number 12. The Amazing Spider-Man number 91. This is your Pacelli variant cover, and apparently Ben Reilly's in some shit. Daredevil Woman Without Fear number 3. Now, what was really funny is there is no incentive variant for this book. Just the Stormbreakers and a regular cover. Chris Botchel on the regular cover, though, is fire. Devil's Reign Moon Knight number 1. Devil's Reign Moon Knight number 1 with a U variant. So, with this going on over here, keep watch. Devil's Reign Superior 4, number 3. There's the Wolf variant cover with the Octopus Hulk. Annihilus makes his return in Fantastic Four, number 41. Now, it says Sousa at the bottom, so I think the Sway art might have been a rumor. But the Fantastic Four, number 41's got a Sousa Black History Month variant. And then we've got the Silva Concept Art variant cover. It says his name is Reject. Hulk number 3 going back for a second printing Otley variant cover. And then Moon Knight number 9. Simmons variant. Now, issue number 8 shows him, that's out next week, shows Hunter's Moon in the position of Moon Knight, while Moon Knight's over there in Devil's Reign locked up somewhere. Spider-Woman number 20. Star Wars 20. Second printing. So, yeah. Lots of stuff going on in this book, huh? The Star Wars number 21 with the Christopher action figure variant. The other variant. Oh. Strange number 1. And we got some good variant covers going along with this one. So the Art Germ variant cover is going to be an open order with trade dress and, of course, a 1 in 200 incentive. This is what your 1 in 100 looks like. And then this is the other open order variant and the 1 in 500 Virgin variant by Jeff Scott Campbell. So, Clara Strange, everybody. Strange Academy 15 second printing Ramos variant. People are all over that one. Venom number 4 with the Hitch variant. And then the What If Miles Morales. So there's a couple of these covers that look really, really good. I'm not into it. Really not into it, but I know some of you guys, real Miles fans, are like loving this right now because Miles is getting more attention than he's ever gotten. But here's your What If Coelho variant. The Ramos variant, which has Miles and Miles. So I don't know if this is like, is it a Spider-Verse thing? Like, does he go through the Spider-Verse? And I guess we're going to find out. But there's apparently, is that Starling and him? It's crazy. So we'll see. We'll see. And then this is your 1 in 200 Coelho design variant cover. So it's all going to throw back right to the Miles Morales Captain America variant that just came out as well. Or the Captain America Miles Morales variant, that whatever it was. Anyway, X Lives of Wolverine with the Granov variant cover. All hail Granov. Because that's phenomenal, right? That's a phenomenal Weapon X cover. But Adam Hughes had to come through with the patch like, whoa! And look, the way the leaves are, the leaves kind of like represent his claws, right? Get it? But it's Adam Hughes, everybody. So this one's going to be an incentive variant. And then Stan Sakai also giving you a good variant cover. I guess. If you're into Stan Sakai art, this hits. If you're not into Stan Sakai art, you're probably going to pass. And then Stormbreakers, pun intended. Here's your X-Men number 9 with the Bustos variant cover showing Storm. And then X-Men Legends number 12 with the Carlos Gomez variant cover. And that's going to wrap it up for the FOC review and our show. Thank you all for tuning in to the best review of New Comic Book Wednesday on the entirety of the internet. And, you know, whether you're passing on the Sakai or you're passing the Saki, doesn't matter. And if you're a new collector or experienced one, I appreciate you tuning into the show. I appreciate all the support you guys do. Thank you for all of you do. And Comic Boom, I've got your books, but they haven't gone out yet. But they are going out soon. I've had a couple of ringer days in the past couple of days with an oil leak and then a serpentine belt shredding itself, and of course back injections, and of course I'm in a lot of pain still. My upper back still hurts like you wouldn't believe. But I go back next week for the other patch. So let's see if I go full Zodiac and lose all feeling, and then can beat people mercilessly. But I don't want to have to do that. I really don't. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you're leaving me comments if you're watching on the rewind. Like and share the videos. And of course, see you next week.